Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Bo Jackson, three of the greatest professional athletes in history, reinvented as superheroes fighting for justice and protecting kids all around the world. A crossover project as sports marketing moved into cartoon production and cartoon production moved into sports marketing. Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and this is the history of PROSTARS. PROSTARS is an animated series that aired one season of 13 episodes from September to December of 1991 on NBC. It attempted to capitalize on the unprecedented celebrity of three of the most popular professional athletes that ever sportsed a ball, expanding their personal brands into previously unexploited licensing categories for fun and profit. Basketball legend Michael Jordan, hockey legend Wayne Gretzky, and baseball football legend Bo Jackson are on the same team in an effort to save the world. A hypothetical world where there's more than a handful of days throughout the calendar year that don't have at least one of these guys previously occupied playing sports. They're up against the worst evils of humankind, like environmental terrorists, kidnappers, robots, pirates, real estate developers, and CEOs. But don't worry, these very popular, very valuable celebrities aren't being left to their own devices. They've been equipped with new devices, high-tech, cutting-edge devices that further enhance their already incredible physical talents. Hockey puck boomerangs, rocket-jumping boots, a baseball bat that shoots baseballs, all designed and built by Mom, a brilliant inventor, advisor to the team, and founder and owner of Mom's Gym, their secret headquarters. This isn't about fame or fortune. It's not about breaking records or winning trophies. It's about standing up for what's right, recognizing the strengths in everyone, and encouraging people everywhere to be the best version of themselves. It's all about helping kids with a team of PROSTARS. Thank you to Secret Galaxy for sponsoring this video. Hey, that's us! And thank you to everyone who already supports us here as channel members on YouTube and as members of our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy. For the last year, in addition to our regular videos, we've been producing member-exclusive videos that have allowed us a wider range of freedom from the YouTube algorithm. For as little as $1 per month, you can get access to all of the member-exclusive videos we've already produced. To be clear, these are just as comprehensive, informative, and entertaining as our regular videos, with topics like New Coke, Rob Liefeld's Youngblood, Columbia House Kool-Aid Man, and Godzilla '98, many of which were voted on by members. If you're looking for something more tangible than a channel membership, head over to the Secret Galaxy merch shop at secretgalaxy.shop. Prints, pins, shirts, action figures, all in stock and ready to ship, personally fulfilled by me. To become a member for $1 a month, click the join button below this video or head over to patreon.com/toygalaxy, where there are several different tiers to address your specific Secret Galaxy needs. Once again, we appreciate all the support you've given us over the years with views, likes, and comments. Now, back to the show. In 1990, Michael Jordan was one of the most popular professional basketball players, nay, professional athletes in the world. He was the face of the NBA and a key part of its expanding popularity internationally. All the more remarkable considering that he had been in the league since 1984 and had not yet won an NBA championship. Jordan was also one of the most valuable professional athletes in the world. He had contracts with Nike, Coca-Cola, Chevrolet, Ballpark Franks, Wheaties, Hanes, and Ultra hair products, licensing deals that made him very rich regardless of what he was getting paid to play basketball.
Can't beat it. Yes! From a Coca-Cola classic.
That's my Michael.
Can't beat the real thing.
Jordan wasn't the first to build a personal brand from his professional sports accomplishments, but the cross-demographic entertainment value of his skills and showmanship on the court gave him an unprecedented degree of licensing opportunities off the court. Jordan's success in marketing himself set him apart as not just a successful athlete, but a pop culture icon. And not for nothing, but it paved the way to the bank for other uniquely talented professional athletes. Like Bo Jackson, who in 1990 was already a household name thanks to his success as a dual-sport professional athlete playing baseball and football. He joined the Kansas City Royals in 1986 and the Los Angeles Raiders in 1987. A feat rarely attempted in the history of either sport, and never before accomplished with the consistently high degree of performance Jackson had in both. But it was Jackson's series of Bo Knows commercials with Nike that elevated him to a profound cultural status that transcended the stat sheet. While the commercials joked that Bo didn't know diddly about playing the guitar, it was plausible that he could excel at every other sport depicted, including playing basketball with Jordan and hockey with Gretzky.
No.
Bo, you don't know diddly.
In 1990, Wayne Gretzky was already the Great One. Over the course of 11 seasons, he'd won 4 championship titles, 9 MVP awards, including 8 in a row between 1979 and 1987, and he owned a laundry list of records for the regular season and the playoffs. While hockey was considered the least popular of the 6 major US sports, right behind soccer and pickleball, Gretzky was embraced. I don't know, I had pickleball in my head, it was funny. I put that line in there just to make me laugh, and it did, it worked. While hockey was considered the least popular of these 6 major US sports, right behind soccer and pickleball, Gretzky was embraced by the US sports scene after being traded from the Edmonton Oilers to the LA Kings in 1988, and furthermore, was overwhelmingly named the Associated Press's Athlete of the Decade in December of 1989 over every other athlete in professional sports, including Mr. Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson. The idea to bring Jordan, Jackson, and Gretzky together in a Saturday morning cartoon came from a collaboration between Deke Animation and Gretzky himself. According to an article in September of 1991, the genesis for the series came from Deke's desire to do a sports-oriented project. Deke head Andy Hayward said, quote, "Many of our shows are built around heroes. Sometimes they're superheroes, sometimes heroes from the world of music. But they are characters that have larger-than-life credibility to them. We felt these were the 3 biggest sports stars in the country." The idea of a cartoon based on real people wasn't new. The Beatles, Mr. T, Deke themselves produced Alf in 1987 and New Kids on the Block in 1990. And not for nothing, it wouldn't even be the first cartoon based on sports personalities. Hanna-Barbera produced Harlem Globetrotters and the Super Globetrotters in the 70s, while Deke themselves produced Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling in 1985. Deke's Andy Hayward said in a 1990 Broadcast magazine article that it was Gretzky who suggested the series center on the 3 stars as positive role models. Well, it wasn't just Gretzky who thought that, but the talent agency that worked with Gretzky, Jordan, and Jackson called ProServe. All 3 athletes were known for being good at sports and being good people. Speaking about the show before its premiere in September of 1991, Jordan said, quote, "It's always going to be a positive message, like staying in school, staying away from drugs, and the other things that are bothering our youth today. That was the purpose of all 3 athletes getting involved, to get something positive from cartoons on a Saturday."
If you want to do your best, it pays to start out right. A good breakfast helps give you the start you need.
Initially called All-Stars, then Superstars, before settling on ProStars, the series was produced by Andy Hayward and Robbie London of Deke Enterprises from a concept by Michael Barnett. It was offered to ESPN as a way to potentially broaden their Saturday morning appeal with younger viewers. The children's television landscape was rapidly evolving heading into the 1991 season. See, in October of 1990, President Bush, the first one, signed the Children's Television Act, which created a whole new bunch of federal regulations for children's television programming. Many of those new regulations were focused on the perceived quality of the programming produced specifically for kids, specifically for animation. The federal government wanted to make sure that the shows kids were watching were not thinly disguised advertisements and that their entertainment was both educational and informational. I almost said informal. It's fine. The Children's Television Act is the main reason that some of the best cartoons of the 90s were developed for daily afternoon syndication and cable networks, where the rules were different or didn't apply at all. The new regulations went into effect in October of 1991, exactly 1 month after ProStars went on the air. With or without the new regulations, an animated series was still a huge potential source of untapped licensing revenue for Jordan, Jackson, Gretzky, and Deke. Deke lined up dozens of potential licensees, from lunchboxes to party supplies, school supplies, trading cards, and cereal. One guesstimate suggested they could collect as much as $50 million in sales. ESPN was a cable network that was growing fast. Founded in 1979, they became a serious contender in national televised sports when they were purchased by ABC in 1984. It was through ABC's financial strength that ESPN acquired the rights to NFL Sunday Night Football games in 1987, upsetting the broadcast network monopoly over professional sports coverage. And a cartoon made sense, as Hayward stated in a 1990 article that ESPN was, quote, looking for the best children's role models to help bring in young viewers to their Saturday morning lineup. But that wasn't necessarily the only reason Deke was talking to ESPN. Deke saw ProStars as a path to an entirely new business. See, During development of PROSTARS, Deke founded a new sports marketing arm, appropriately called Deke Sports Marketing. Deke named Sonny Vaccaro co-chairman. He was the guy at Nike that signed Jordan to his first shoe deal back in 1984. The goal was to use Deke's existing licensing and marketing relationships to expand their roster of professional athletes that they represented. With PROSTARS as the model, Deke Sports Marketing signed newly drafted basketball players Stacey Augmon and the guy that broke up Run TMC, Billy Owens. They signed Dikembe Mutombo before he was drafted by the Nuggets. It was aggressive, forward-thinking, and a gamble that Mutombo was the next big thing in sports and brand marketing, the next Jordan, Jackson, or Gretzky. PROSTARS did and did not star Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson, and Wayne Gretzky. Similar to previous cartoons based on real people, all three made brief, taped appearances at the beginning of episodes to accommodate their schedules. Jackson and Gretzky appeared most frequently answering kids' questions and chatting with each other in pre-scripted banter shot at different times, likely in different studios. Deke cast professional voice actors to take on the roles for the actual adventures in the series: Dorian Harewood as Michael Jordan, Dave Fennoy as Bo Jackson, and Townsend Coleman as Wayne Gretzky. Sports personalities Marv Albert and Mike Fratello both made appearances. Prominent voice actors Jim Cummings, Pat Fraley, Dan Gilvezan, Tress McNeil, Rob Paulson, and Neil Ross all took on roles throughout the 13-episode season. Further integrating the stadium experience, the PROSTARS theme was initially a barely veiled homage to Queen's We Will Rock You. Clearly not veiled enough, as the composition of the song changed over the course of the season to a more unique tune that steered clear of any concerns by Deke Legal. While PROSTARS seemed like a perfect fit for ESPN, they ultimately decided that Saturday morning cartoons wasn't the right direction for the traditionally adult-targeted network. Instead, PROSTARS found a home on NBC, where it aired from September to December of 1991. And while all 13 episodes aired, it was not renewed for the 1992 season, not entirely the fault of PROSTARS. NBC was already struggling with their Saturday morning lineup, on the verge of canceling all of their cartoons, which they finally did after the 1992 fall season. If you missed PROSTARS the first time around, some of the episodes were released on VHS in 1991 through Deke Video and BMG Kids. 3 episodes were released on DVD in 2003 by Sterling Entertainment. Those same episodes were re-released in 2007 by N-Circle Entertainment. You can find a few episodes here on YouTube or other archives of internet, but don't hold your breath for any future releases of PROSTARS. Deke, through a series of mergers, sales, and purchases, is now called WildBrain. And while WildBrain technically owns the show itself, they no longer own the rights to Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson, or Wayne Gretzky, or the NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL footage. PROSTARS as a series didn't have the legs to reach the licensing finish line Deke originally planned for, and it's clear that Deke recognized it pretty quickly. The only remnants of the show that we could find were official trading cards that were packed in with PROSTARS cereal, which had, technically, been around since 1984. Deke Sports Marketing didn't last long. In fact, this video includes every reference to them we could find in our research. Hard to imagine that a single cartoon could have made that much of a difference in their success, but what other conclusion can we make from the available data? Michael Jordan won the first of 6 NBA championships in June of 1991, 3 months before PROSTARS aired. In 1993, after winning 2 more titles, he retired from basketball in an attempt to become a 2-sport athlete. He played baseball in the Chicago White Sox minor league system in 1994 and 95 before returning to the NBA. Jordan returned to cartoons in 1996, co-starring with Bugs Bunny in the movie Space Jam. He won 6 total titles, 5 league MVPs, and set a whole lot of records before he retired for the 3rd and final time in 2003. He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2009. Bo Jackson suffered a hip injury during a playoff game against the Cincinnati Bengals in January of 1991, 8 months before PROSTARS aired. Many assumed that, given time, he would recover and return to both football and baseball, but history told a different story. The damage to his hip turned out to be so severe that he never returned to the NFL, and he was released from the Kansas City Royals in March of 1991, 6 months before PROSTARS aired. But he was almost immediately signed by the Chicago White Sox, where he only played in 108 games out of a potential 486 over the course of 3 seasons. He played 1 more season for the California Angels in 1994 before he retired at age 32. Wayne Gretzky played 7 more seasons before he retired in 1999. That same year, he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. He still holds the records for total points scored and points averaged per game. Unfortunately, the cartoon wasn't representative of their combined historic athletic abilities. It didn't set any records, it doesn't headline any retrospectives, it's not even in Deke's top 10 or top 25 series. But it is a snapshot of a time when 3 of the top athletes in the world used their celebrity and influence to make the world a little better for kids, so that maybe one day they too could be PROSTARS. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you very much to those of you who already are. Please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy. Several different tiers to address your specific Secret Galaxy content needs. Check out the Secret Galaxy merch shop at secretgalaxy.shop. All merchandise is physically in stock and ready to ship. Links to all of this in the description below, and let us know in the comments down below if you even remember this show airing. I watched maybe one episode just to see the train wreck. It was absolutely not something I was going to tune into week after week. Just a morbid curiosity kind of thing, wondering what the show could possibly be about. Even then, I was already acutely aware of the role that each individual brand played in the existence of a show like that. It's fine if an announcer says something like, "Jordan is killing the defense out there." You can't actually show him doing that in a cartoon.